You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. All right, all right, all right. Y'all know what time it is. We live, uncut, and unedited. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. Don't forget to show me what state you represent. You know, we got, please show me what state you represent. All right. Let me get them phone lines open too while we're doing that. Yeah. Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. Live, uncut, unedited. Come on in. Come on in. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Y'all know what time it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Let me get this phone line open so we can do our thing tonight. We're going to talk about. We're gonna bounce around tonight, but we're gonna stay to one subject when we bounce around.
Hey, caller, this is Martin G, aka
All right, all right. I'm just getting my call log. Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in, so we can do our thing. Y'all know what we're gonna do. We're going live. We live, uncut, unedited. All right, I got 69 people on there. Okay, that's cool. Make sure y'all share the video. Share the video. Come on in. Let me see if I got some YouTube family on here too. I know my YouTube. Oh, yeah, YouTube on here. Come on, YouTube family. I appreciate you guys. Let me give y'all some shout out real quick. Somebody said, what's going on? What's up, Odell? What's going on? What's going on? I got a couple of calls on here, right? That's from, okay, let me get this one off. Hold on. All right. All right, people. All right. I got a couple of calls on here already. Let me get these people out. Phoenitris Smith, what's going on? Marsha Kimball, I see you. Tiffany Wilson, what's up, Tiff? Belino Kislow, I think I pronounced that. Lionel, my Muhammad, my Muslim brother. Hey, brother, thanks for the final call paper today. Thank you so much. From Mississippi in the house, Raven Harris, Mika Jefferson, Tavina Fields Fort, okay, from Mississippi. Nathan, what's going on, Nate? I see you. We got a couple of callers. Just hold on, caller. Denise Blunt, Paul D. Boss, George Reese. I see you. Tiffany, I see you again. Monique, what's up, Monique McCoy? I see you. Got that head twist. You know I did. Don. All right. You know Valentine's coming out. Somebody might want to kidnap me or something. You never know. Ravens Harris, I see you. I see you. Michael Randolph. Is that a Sheila Adams? What's up? Ella Clark, what's up? Jalen Alexis, what's up? What's up, young lady? I see you. I see you. Joliet in the house. Too stressed to be blessed. B-Mo, I'm coming in, caller. Just hold on. Judy Prince. Logan Jr. Jackson. All right, Sherry Sutton. All right, caller, we're going to talk about, I got a couple of subjects today, and we're going to talk about a post that I made, and it gained a lot of traction today. So we want to talk about that post today and see what you guys got to say. We want to see what you guys got to say. Parents, if we can take credit for our children doing good, why can't we take the blame for them doing bad? All right, I got a couple of callers on here. Let me see. Caller, I see you. Let's see. Let me boot this one off. That's an old caller. Okay. All right, caller. Come on, caller. 0457. Come on. Hey, caller. You there? Hello? Come on, caller. Come on, caller. Live, uncut, unedited. All right, I'm talking to you. Caller. The last four digits of your phone number is 0457. All right. All right. Greetings from Chicago. Greetings from Chicago. All right. All right. I booed him off. All right. Let me go back to my acknowledging my guest. Michelle L. Daniels. I see you. I see you. I see you. All right. Hard boy. Hard boy Key. What's going on? Stephen Crippen. What's going on? They call back now, huh? Hey, Carl, I tried to call you. George Reese, I see you again. Don, what's going on? Rion Davis. That's right. Next caller. That's right. Live on Cut. Come on in and talk, people. Come on now. We got it. Now, hey, caller, I'm giving you another chance. 9433. Where you calling from? Come on, caller. Lewis Ramsey. Virginia Beasley. Hey, Miss Beasley. How you doing? It's my favorite, Miss Beasley. Hey, caller, where you calling from? 9433. All right. All right. Well, I need me some new callers, people. 872-299-0808. That's what we talking about. Come on. 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. 872-297-6389. Hey, caller, where you calling from? All right. They won't say anything. I'm going to the next caller. Y'all know I don't play no games tonight. No games tonight. Come on, call in. Hard boy Key, call in. We're gonna have two parts tonight. We're gonna be able to jump off the subject, but I need somebody to call in. I want them proud parents to call on in. Come on, call on in. All right, we got another caller, 470 number. All right. That's an out of town area code. All right. All right. That's what I'm talking about. You know what, people? Okay. I got, you know what, that caller probably, let me see. Let's see. Hold on, callers. Hold on, let me make sure I get this right. That caller probably was calling in. I'm sorry. Hello? Hey, turn Facebook down, caller. Turn Facebook down. I had to call.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I want my last call to call back. It was
okay.
Yeah, go ahead, my sister. Come on, talk to me.
That was me. The 0457.
Okay, come on.
Anyway, I'm a parent, and I believe that parents should take the responsibility of all this bad, because they know what their kids out here doing.
Okay.
They know what their kids out here doing.
They know what they can. Now let me just say this. Now I'm gonna just give a little, which I didn't put it on a post, but we'll just say the teenage. We'll say up to at least 17 to 18. We ain't gonna go no higher than that, because 18 you consider grown. So hold it thought, okay. Hold it right there, sister. Let me take this other call. 2941. 2941. Come on. Parents, if we can take the credit for our children doing good, why can't we take the blame for them doing bad? Come on, caller.
Yeah.
Talk to.
Let me say this. You can take the blame. You can take the blame for a kid doing good, and you can take the blame for a kid doing bad. Right. It all depends on what that parent at in their life. Because at the same time, these kids be doing the same thing that they see. You guys. I done been on the west side, south side, east side, north side, hustling everywhere. Okay, it's been to the point where my kids was out there hustling with me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but what you gotta understand is when these kids
caller.
Hey,
caller, y'all gotta reach your phone.
Mess up is because they being served wrong.
Right.
They being served wrong.
Right.
They being served wrong, and it ain't being served wrong with the parent. It's being served wrong in their spirit. It's being served wrong with what they thinking, what they taking, the person that's coming along.
Right.
No, he put a
right.
And that's what we gotta understand as parents. These kids it started at home, but the real peer pressure is when they leave the home.
Mm-hmm.
It's what they face when they get out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what we got to understand. You could be teaching your kids every single day, but they got somebody pushing on them, bullying them, peer pressuring them. They got challenges every day, just like we do as adults. That's why we as adults need to respect our children and get in touch with our children's feelings and understand really what's going on with our kids and talk to our kids intellectually so that they understand really what's going on, baby. It's not even your flesh. It's your spirit that your enemy trying to get to. It's your spirit that the enemy wants. And the child that you face and don't even understand what's going on because it's his spirit jumping on your spirit because one of y'all spirit is into God and one is not.
Mom, can I ask you a question? You got any children?
And that's the real.
You have any children?
Yes, I do. I got I have 4 children. I have a high school year old daughter. My name is Chrissy Jackson. I have a high school year old daughter. Okay, she's in a 12th grade, 4.0 GPA, straight A student, 4-year scholarship. She just was homecoming queen.
Mm-hmm.
She's soon to be prom queen because I'm speaking into existence over her. She's soon to be everything that she needs. I have a sophomore. I have an 8th grader that's going into high school, and I have a 7th grader that's going into 8th grade. Okay, this is serious when we're talking about these kids.
Mm-hmm.
You have to tell these kids before they go to school, open up your mind, put on your thinking cap, let that light bulb shine. Because if you don't speak life into your kids, they'll find life into something else.
That's right. Hold it right there.
And it's just that serious.
Hold it right there. Don't go nowhere. I got some more questions to ask you. Don't hold it. 0030. 0030. Come on, caller. Where you calling from?
Yes, this is Harvey Key, calling from Chicago. And I just want to put a little input, a little insight as to what Mrs. Jackson was just saying. Like, I do have 4 children of my own. I have 19, 15, going to be 16, 13, just made 13 yesterday, had a birthday, and I also have a 1-year-old. And sometimes I can't relate to that because if you know your children, you know your children. It's just like nobody is going to ever put me in front of my daughter, and I know my daughter. They can say, oh, well, your daughter did this, she did that, she called me all type of names. I know my daughter. I'm not going to, take full punishment in front of everybody, but when we alone and it's just us as a parent, I'm going to call you on your wrong, and I'm going to let you know why you're being punished or where you was wrong at, seeing that she's a young adult. And I also been going through a couple of challenges of my own as a parent, seeing that I'm going through a hard time right now with my 1-year-old. My other 3 children, they live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but my 1-year-old is here in Chicago with me, and I've been going through domestic violence. At first, I felt bad because I'm like, oh, I'm not the one that's causing the trouble, but you are actually a part of that trouble because as a parent, you failed your child's safety. You didn't have to open the door and let your abuser in. So as a parent, you failed your child's safety. Now, how would I feel if my 1-year-old son grows up and thinks that he can disrespect women and put his hands on women because of what I allowed him to see? So yes, I can definitely understand and relate to what she was just saying.
Okay. All right. Okay, hold it right there. Don't go nowhere. I got a question next, y'all ladies. I'm looking for some men too, Come on now, man. Don't back down on me. 9508 950. You're next, live, uncut, unedited. Come on, caller. I'm waiting on you, caller. 9508. You don't know the okay, go ahead, caller. Come on, caller. You don't know the 4 digits of your
Hey, this Cordell calling from Chicago.
Oh, what's going on, Cordell?
Hello?
I hear you loud and clear. Come on with
Hey,
it.
I'm calling from Chicago, and I got 6 boys.
You know, I was raised up. You know, I got in trouble. My daddy always told me, like, I'm gonna come get you one time from jail, and I'm not coming to get you no more. And I got in trouble again, and I ended up doing some time. And when I'm calling home, man, where my daddy at? He don't want to talk to him. I'm talking to my mama. So now my son, he's 20 years old. He done got in trouble. Now I've been going back and forth, getting him out of jail. Now he done got in trouble. He telling me, he said, Daddy, you know what I'm saying? Man, talk to mama, try to get us a lawyer. I had to sit him down and ask him, what they say you charged with, did you do it? He said, yeah. Why should I waste my money? Go on, sit it down. You see what I'm saying?
No, I see what you're saying.
And man, he right now he's serving 4 years in Danville. And to me, you know, me and my wife, we said this the best sleep we ever had. Because as long as when he was on these streets, we knew he was reckless. But every time we get knocked on our door, we jumping up in the middle of the night. Phone calls. We jumping up. You know, this the best sleep we done had in a while.
Sad to say. So
because I know where he at.
Right. Let me ask you a question. So now,
yeah,
do you take blame for your son's behavior? How old is your son, first of all? The one's locked up.
He turned 21 September 9th.
Okay, he grown. So I won't count that. But if he was a teenager, that's what I want to know. Because he considered grown, he really can make a decision on his own. I mean, teenagers make decisions on, but 21, normally you out of your mama house, or you grown, probably got a baby, working a job or something. But I'm talking about these children, man, because a lot of parents, they brag on their children. Hold on, brother.
But see, I babied. Okay, I babied him all while he was a teenager. When he was getting in trouble, instead of me just, okay, this is what it is, I was steady running towards rescue, babying him. You doing harm to people, and I tell my boys, and I tell anybody, man, and you gotta look at it like a man point of view. What y'all out here doing, y'all won't want nobody to do to your mother, your sister, or your brother.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, start sitting back and thinking. Because, man, these families think the same way you should think. You don't want nobody to hurt your sister. You don't want nobody to hurt your mama. You don't want nobody to hurt your daddy. You don't want nobody to hurt nobody in your family. Y'all should have that same value when y'all out here doing what y'all doing.
Mm. Hold it right there, brother. Hold it right there. Hold it right there, brother. Hold it right there. 0120.
All right.
0120. You're next, live, uncut, unedited. I need you to tell the truth. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Come on, caller. 0120. Hey, caller, you don't know your last four digits? Caller. 01.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, caller. Hey, how you doing? Now, let me just, so you won't jump off topic, let me just keep you where we at now, real quick. It's more like a statement and a question at the same time. Parents, if we can take credit for our children doing good, really as well, but why can't we take the blame for them doing bad? What do you have to say about that? Let me read it again.
Yeah, you talking to me?
Yes, sir. I'm talking to you. Well, I'm not talking. I'm talking to you. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My name is Gregory. I'm from Bolingbrook.
Okay, Bolingbrook. Did you hear what I just asked? Did you hear what I just asked you?
Yes. Well, let me tell you about this. Yes. Well, let me tell you about this. Society have told the black women that they don't need a black man in the household.
Now, hold on. Before you go there, hold on, brother. Before you go there, I said parents, not woman and not man. We're talking about both. Before you go there now, parents, if we can take the credit for our children doing good, Why can't we take the blame for them doing bad? So I'm not singling out no mother and I'm not singling out father. Tell me what you think of that. I don't want to hear about they kick the man out the house. We know that's true. I agree with you that. But that ain't where I'm going today on this. I want to stick it. What you think? What do you think? Go ahead.
Okay, this is what I think. We not with our kids 24 hours a day. The kids have pressure in high school. They got bullies. They got people picking on them. They got people smoking weed, buying blunts. You know, and we can't take the blame for what the kids do outside. It's not in our sight now. But we can keep a better eye on our children. We can do that now.
So
we can sit the kids down every day and ask them how school going.
Let me ask you a question now. So I'm asking you, this is what I'm asking. Even everything that you just said is true. Now, even if our children get into some bad things, do we still take the blame as parents? I'm talking about parents.
No, you can't take the blame.
Talk to me, brother.
No, you can't take the blame for that. But I tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing is this. You can't take the blame for that.
Okay.
If you ever want to know what the kids get into, watch their friends. Watch who they hang out with.
Sir, hold on.
Yeah.
Now, if you can take your son doing well in school, a great athlete on the basketball team, and you speak well of him. Now, if you could take that, why can't you take the bad? Think about it. I'm just saying.
Because
if you take credit for your hold on, let me just say this. If you take credit for your son with good grades, a great athlete, doing well, you take all that credit. But then the moment he do bad, you don't accept no blame. You don't take the blame for it. So now what it's going to be? Are you going to take the good? You're going to take the good and throw away the bad. You ain't got nothing to do with the bad, but you got something to do with the good. That's what I'm trying to say, bro.
You know, that's a good, but you asking a good question, but that's being hypothetical.
No, it ain't hypothetical. Ain't no hypothetical, bro. Now you can't.
That's kind of hard to answer.
Okay,
question.
let me just say this.
Hold
on, y'all. Hold on, ma'am. I'm gonna let you talk. Listen, it can't be no hot without cold. Can't be no night without no day. Can't be no wrong without no right. So they go hand in hand, brother. They hand in hand. But hold that thought, since I'm gonna let you think about it, and I'll come back to you. 7658. 7658. Okay. Come on with it. 7658.
How you doing, bro?
All right, come on, talk to me,
doing,
brother.
Bro? I just got on your channel like yesterday.
Okay.
I just want to relate to the gentleman that you was talking to, or the lady you was talking to, or the lady that said they can't really, you know what I'm saying, follow it. I feel like, yes, you can take responsibility. You're supposed to take responsibility with the wrong and the right. Why? Because we all know the teacher starts at home. And once the teaching starts, there's no stopping your teaching. You don't supposed to depend on no school to teach your child the wrong and the right. That's the first thing they're supposed to know, is the wrong or the right. You know, I had a conversation with a young lady that said, hey, I know my child. No, you don't. You don't know your child, because once you leave your child at 8 o'clock in the morning, if you're working and you don't have your father there, if the father is not there and you don't have the father there, and you see that child later on that day, you don't know what influence that child been put in his mind. Now, we all know this here. A child is a sponge. We all know this. A child is a sponge, and they pick up on everything. Am I right, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Catch me when I'm wrong. Tell me when I'm wrong. A child is a sponge, and they're going to soak up everything. And we know this here. When you teach a child wrong or right, they know what not to tell mama or not to tell daddy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if I know the wrong from right and I know this is wrong, I ain't going to tell my mama I know this here. Mm-hmm. So yes, everything you supposed to teach your child, you responsible for. Don't sit up there and say, oh, because I don't know, I don't be around my child every day, that I'm not responsible. Yes, because you're supposed to teach your child responsibility. If you go in there and hit somebody, they're going to hit you back. So don't do it. If you go in here, you know what I'm saying, and you know that's wrong, don't do it. Because there's consequences.
Okay.
You're going to get hit back, you touch the stove, you're going to get burned.
Okay, hold on, sir.
I'm sorry,
It's too
bro.
much.
I
Oh,
don't mean to
no,
rant.
you good. Listen, it's too much noise, people. Mute your phone until I call on you. Just mute your phone. You'll still better hear. It's too much noise. I want to hear my man clear. He making sense. Just mute your phone. All you got to do is mute your phone. You still can hear it. Just mute your phone until I call on you. Then I'm going to call on you. When I'm going to call your last 4 digits, then you know that's you. Okay? All right, go ahead, my brother. That was just talking. Go ahead, brother.
Okay. I'm George Reese.
Okay, go.
Chicago, low end, 39, Newtown, Men Park, whatever y'all want to call it. And like I was saying, you know, every parent doesn't know their child. And the whole thing is, when you realize that, you need to understand that if you don't know your child, you don't know what your child's doing. So you need, now I will agree with the person that was speaking before me that yes, you need to go in your child's room or whatever and investigate. Yes, we as a parent, we do. We do need to say, hey, sit down and say, hey, what's going on? Now, this is what you need to know your child, how to react to questions, how they react to certain stuff you say out your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And look at that reaction and see, you know what I'm saying, know if they lying or not. You know what I'm saying? Just all say, hey, what you do yesterday? Oh, I ain't do nothing. Ooh, you lying. Ooh, this, that, another. That's what we need to learn how to do. But as parents, we cannot sit up there and say, oh, my child ain't do that. I know my kid. No, you don't. You don't know your kid because you went around your kid 24 hours a day. In them 8 hours you spent and that 8 hours he spent at school, you don't know what he picked up. So what you need to do is you need to holler at your child. Point blank and period. And people don't want to do that. People don't want to take that opportunity to go talk to their kid and say, hey, what's going on? Woo woo. Others, like we all know, everybody want to be their child's friend and smoke the weed and drink the drink with their child. No, it's not like that. And you got a lot of people that's scared of their kid.
Hold it right there, brother.
Because their kid is come.
Hold it right there.
Okay.
You got. Let me go to this next caller. 4703 470 470. Come on. Everybody else keep their phone on mute until I call on you. Keep your phone on mute until I call on you. You still can hear. Come on, caller. 4703. You're live, uncut, unedited. Come on, caller.
Proverbs 22:6.
Okay.
Says, train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he's old, he would not depart from it.
Okay.
I had 6 children,
Mm-hmm.
5 boys and 1 girl. Was not easy
Mm-hmm.
just being, at the time, divorced with
Okay.
5 boys because I could not think like a boy, of course.
Is that you, Dr. Sanders?
But one of the things that I...
Dr. Sanders, is that
yeah,
you?
you know it is.
Let me ask you a question, Dr. Sanders, before you go
Yes, it
into it.
is.
Before you go into it.
Mhm.
Before you go into it. Now, the thing is, this is it. Parents, if we can't take if we can take the credit for our children doing good, why can't we take the blame for them doing bad? That's what I want to talk about right there. It's along what you just said. So is that fair to say that, or is that unfair?
No, that's fair.
No, I'm talking to
I
Dr.
taught
Sanders.
my children.
I'm talking to Dr. Sanders. She gonna tell me.
I taught my
She speak
children.
up, man. Okay.
I taught my children, if you do this, this is the consequence.
Okay.
If you do that,
Uh-oh.
this is a payment.
Mm-hmm.
If you do this, you're going to reap what you sow.
Mm-hmm.
When you are teaching them, you have to teach them on all levels. I believe what the man was saying. You don't know your children when you walk out that door.
Mm-hmm.
Because first, they're going to be your little cute little person with fat little cheeks and bubble cheeks and all of that. But when they walk outside that door,
Mm-hmm.
they are totally different people. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
They are. And I can talk about that. Talk about me. I know that for a fact. My daughter, my only daughter, Martin, you know I'm finna go there.
I know. Go
I
ahead.
told her, if you hang with those over there, you understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
You're going to have these problems. Okay? If you even take on the identity of those over there, right there, you're going to have a hard way. The Bible says a way of a transgressor is hard. So when you actually teach them, you give them what you know to help them. But at the end of the day, they make a choice whether to accept the teaching or not. Martin, you know for a fact, when my daughter got into a situation with baby daddy, grandmama, they all lied and capped and twisted the story around. Martin, you was there. You put it on there, you put it on Facebook. What did she say, Martin? Call my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Told her, if you mess with a dog in the street, all you're going to get is fleas. Leave them alone. Go that way since she's grown. Once they become an age of accountability, they are on their own. But the teaching that you give them, you can't feel guilty, but you still have to tell them when they make the mistake.
Okay.
When they go wrong.
Dr. Sanders. Now, let me just say this. We talk about, we just basically put an age on it, all the way up to 17 or 18 until, we'll just say 19 they grown or 20 they grown. Now, I hear a lot of parents and they get on here, my son and my daughter ain't never been arrested, and they, they say great things, which is good. But my thing is, do you take credit or do you take responsibility for the wrongs that they do, the bad they do? Just as much as you want to give credit to them doing well, do you take responsibility for some of their actions that they make out here? I'm talking about young people, and a lot of parents don't do that. That's what I'm saying.
Now, actions. Now let's look at the actions, because you can have decent parents, whether they come from a one-parent home or a two-parent. It really, at this time, right now in this day and age, it don't matter. But if a child defies what the parent teaches, you're gonna feel bad, because you're gonna feel, did I give that child what they were supposed to have? When you get, that's why the Bible says for you to train them. When you train them, they're gonna still go that way, and they're gonna make the decisions. I didn't cut none of my children off, because I'm like, you know what? I did a good job, but I gave you warning before destruction. So I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, mine was perfect. No, I told them, if you go that way, this is gonna happen. I mean, they're not on drugs or like that, but I told them, if you touch this, you're gonna go that way. So when you as a parent impart into them and they still rebel, what happens? God has to deal with that child, because guess what? It's their choice. They're going to rebel. And nobody on this land, Martin, let's be real. How many of us have rebelled against our parents, when even being a teenager, when they told us not to do something, we did it anyway? We bring a reproach on our parents that trains you. Now, Martin, you know I'm going to go here, right?
Go ahead.
I deal with CPS kids. I go with CPS kids. I hear them cuss. I hear them say some crazy stuff. Two little boys got into it the other day, Thursday, over a pair of glasses. The boy said, well, you an idiot. And you know what the boy said? Well, you a bitcha. Whoa, who you calling that? That's what he called me an idiot.
And these little kids.
Do you cuss at home with your parents?
These little kids.
These are 6 and 7, 8, 6, 7, and 8 graders. I'm telling you reality. And so now I told him, I said, so do you cuss at home? No. I said, why do you still have to do that? I said, especially in front of me. I'm sorry. No, because you're going to do it again. So the thing about it is that a lot of the parents, when they don't teach at home, guess who catch the backlash? We do in the school system. We do in the community.
Okay, now,
we do in social
Dr.
service.
Sanders, Dr. Sanders, let me say it again. Now, does the behavior of the children, do it really reflect the parents?
The Bible say brings a reproach.
Okay. Hold it right there.
It
Let me
brings
go.
a reproach.
That
does not mean.
I'm going to come right back to you, Dr. Sanders. I promise you. 7956. Come on. Unmute your phone. 7956. You're the next caller.
What's going on, Mr. Martin?
What's going on? This is Nathan. Come on. You ain't no grandfather right now, but I know you're a father.
Look at
Come
men
on.
on here tonight. I feel good.
I got Nate. No,
I'm not a grandfather.
okay,
I'd
go
like
ahead.
to say that
So
it's an
Nate,
honor and a privilege to
Nate.
be on the line with Dr. Sanders.
right. Nate, let me say something before you get started. I
Yeah,
know you've been
I'm
listening.
Nathan.
Nate, before you listen, parents, if we can take the credit for our children doing good, why we can't take the blame for them doing bad? What you think about that, Nate?
Well, when kids, only thing we can do, the Bible says, train a child when they are young. When they get old, they won't depart. So we don't know everything our children are doing, because I was guilty of that. You tell my mother everything I did, and when she
Nate,
found out,
Nate, let me help
she
you
used to
out.
always say, "Hey, I didn't raise you that way."
Nate. Now what I'm saying is, listen. Y'all bouncing all around this now. Y'all bouncing around. I need some direct answers. Now, we could say, I'll give you an example. This is what I'm looking for. I hear parents all the time, both males and females, say, hey, my daughter is doing great. She in school. She got all A's, all B's. She this and she that. But then if you take credit for all that, why can't you take the blame for when she do something bad? That's all I'm saying. Help me out, Nate. Help me out. I know it's kind of difficult, but it ain't no trap question, but it's real. Help me out, Nathan. Come on, bro. You got
No,
it.
I feel that the parents, me myself, I have to take accountability when I know my daughter is doing something she ain't got no business. So just like I'm gonna praise her when she's doing good, I'm gonna hold myself accountable when she does wrong and teach her the right way to do it.
Right. Because I'm going to tell you, you got a lot of good parents out here. And I can hear parents say, I remember my son was getting all A's and B's. He was doing well in school. Now he a shooter. He's smoking weed. He doing this. He doing that. He robbing. He carjacking. Now they talk about all them good things. They take credit for the good things. But that carjacking behavior, that robbing and stealing and gang banging, they don't don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about it. I'm talking about as parents. Now, take in mind, none of us have no perfect children now. Take in mind, include myself. But I'm saying, if we gonna brag on our children and take credit when they do well, we also need to take blame when they do bad. I'm talking about children and not grown folks. Children. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, hold on, Nate. Y'all killing me. Y'all put your phones on mute. Put your phones on mute. Please put your phones on mute. That's all it is. It's okay. All right. I got another caller. 2588. Come on. Everybody put their call on mute. Put your phone on mute. 2588. Everybody put your phone on mute. 2588, you're the next caller. You're live, uncut. You already know what it is. Live, uncut. 2588.
Yes, sir. This is Minister Lionel Muhammad.
Minister, don't have me to come and jump
Can
through
you
this
hear
phone.
me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear, Minister. I hear you. Come on, brother. Talk to
Hey,
us.
listen here. I just want to say this because everybody is avoiding the question.
Thank you.
Everybody is dancing around the question. The question is real simple. Do you take credit for them when they're good as well as when they're bad? And the response should be real simple. Yes. You have to take responsibility for both the good and the bad. Because as a parent, you're responsible. Why are you responsible? Because they're underage. They're children. Regardless if they're doing it on their own or not, as a parent, you have to take responsibility because if they're in the court, they're not going to call nobody but you.
Mm.
And the scripture says this, I want to remind somebody of this. The scripture says this, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because you reject knowledge, God said, I will also reject you and your children. Some of us reject certain things that we should be living by as parents. So we have to be responsible for the good and the bad. Real simple. I have 9 children. I got 5 girls and 4 boys. They all grown, of course, but I take responsibility for both the good and the bad.
It's just that simple. That's what the brother broke it down. So thank you, brother. Minister Lionel, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, I'm going to ask this next caller the same question. Caller, 1605. Come on, caller. 1605. 1605, you're next. You're live, uncut, unedited. Come on, caller.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on, Marty? Hey, Marty, what's going on? I had to take everything off of speakerphone.
Yeah, take me off speakerphone and turn your Facebook down. Turn your Facebook down, too. All the way up. Just turn it off.
Yeah.
Turn it off. So
yeah, it's off. It's off. It's off.
I hear some noise back there. I don't know. You sure it's off? No, brother, it's an echo.
I'm positive.
It's brother. It's an echo. It's an echo.
What about now?
That's good. Go ahead.
Yeah, everything down now.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
Now, you said take responsibility, right?
Right.
Hello. You said take responsibility.
Now, let me repeat it. Let me
I had to take responsibility.
Okay, let me just repeat it so you can get it right. Parents, if we can take credit for our children doing good, well, if you want to call it, why can't we take the blame for them doing bad? Go ahead, brother. Answer the question.
I took credit. I have a son right now that was part of a crew that was running and snatching out of Ultra stores. You know, so I had to go to court with him to make sure he get there. I mean, if he's doing something positive, I'm gonna have my chest out, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's doing something negative, my chest not there, but I'm gonna have to stand with him because he's my son, and I got to make sure that he stand responsible for what he done.
Mm-hmm. So now,
I have to take responsibility.
Okay, but I can witness to that because of what I'm saying. Because a lot of parents, and I talk to a lot of parents, and I'm not singling out males or females. I say parents. That's why I said parents. I don't know nobody's mudslinging and all that. Then they see they come on here and they tell me how good their children doing well and all, and that's a good thing. Now, if your same son that you speak well of go out there and stab somebody or go out there and rob something and get caught and all that, do you take the blame? Do you take the responsibility for that? And I know this is what I'm asking. Now, we can't take one without the other. Now, we just can't take all the good from our children and all the bad they do, that's on them. We ain't taking no blame for that. So that's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, Brother Donald. I didn't know that was you, Donald. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
You got to take, it's hard, put like this. It's hard for us to sit up there and because we're looking, say we embarrassed about what our son did.
Right.
Or we think that it reflects back on us, right?
Right.
But to me, what my son did, I feel it don't reflect back at me because of, I did a good job, I feel, in raising him. But he still went out there and did something stupid. And so now he got to pay the consequences of 2.5 years for this. Now if it was something positive, oh man, I'll be there. But now that it's negative, I still got to be there, and I still got to, take responsibility, and I got to stand there and look at him while he have to apologize to Ultra for what he done.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
No parent.
Okay.
Go ahead, Marty.
Janet said blame and responsibility are two different things. So do you take the blame, not the responsibility, the blame? Do you accept the blame? Yeah,
I got to accept the blame because I'm a father.
Okay. Okay. And I agree with that too.
I mean, I'm a parent.
Right.
You know, we are parents. We gotta respect. I mean, bad is we don't want to sit up there and take the blame or take the responsibility. We got to be accountable to what I regardless if they grown or not.
Don,
We got to be accountable.
can I say something about your son, the one that got killed in the street? And I remember, if my memory serves me well, I remember you told me when your son got killed, when you went to court, the parents or one of the grandparents or the father, somebody came back and apologized for what his son done to your son. Am I correct? Is that?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Now he apologized.
Okay, not the son.
See, but this the thing.
Okay.
The son, you know, the judge had told him to turn around and look at me and Melinda at the time, right?
Right.
And apologize. He didn't do it.
Mm.
She asked the mother to apologize. She wouldn't do it. So the father stood up, turned to me, and apologized. He apologized to me inside the courtroom. And then when we were standing outside in the little area by where the machines at, he came to me again and apologized because the deputies ran over there to us like they was trying to separate us. We had to tell them, you know, man, we men, we talking. You know, and the conversation we had, I'm not going to repeat it because that was between two men. Right. But I could say this though, you know, it didn't give me it didn't bring Dion back. Right. But for him to say what he said to me, it meant a little bit to me at the time.
Okay.
You know, because he's taking responsibility because of what he was saying is if the shoe was in the other foot, they will want me to do the same thing. And you got to keep in mind, Marty, I asked for them to put this kid on house arrest, and I asked for them to take it easy on this kid, the one that took my son's life.
Okay. All right, Donald. That's it.
You know, and at the time, it's embarrassing. We could say, some of us could say that, you know, it's embarrassing, right? But for everything that's good, we still got to take the embarrassment too. That's a part of life.
Say it, brother.
You know, because we showing our kids that, you know, somewhere down the line, when we gone, their kids gonna probably do the same thing, right?
Right.
And they got to stand their butt up there and be responsible for it. You know, you got to stand up there through the good and the bad, regardless of how bad it's going to make you look. You got to stand there with him, no matter what. Same thing with not picking on a woman. And I feel our queens is the best in the world. You know, but they stand there. You know, no matter what, the sons could be a mass killer, but that queen gonna stand there with their child no matter what.
Yes, she is.
So if they could do it, why can't us men do the same thing?
That's right.
Okay. Oh, all right, Donald.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
He said something that was.
Go ahead.
Martin, he said something that.
Go ahead, Dr. Sanders. Go ahead.
I'm listening.
That was very, very beautiful because when my son got set up by a female, this girl said, I'm going to have your son locked up. I'm going to lie on him. I'm going to make sure because she struck him and he struck her back. And so he had to be locked up in county. I went to my son. Now, he was grown. This was grown. When the kid. I still, as his mother, went down there to 26th Street because he never had a situation. But the girl was determined to do anything and everything that she could to make sure that he got the book on him, but he didn't. And he never went back. I said, now you will learn a lesson of what not to do anymore, who not to get yourself involved with. I didn't turn my back on my son, but he was, over 21. But all of us as parents have to accept the fact that no matter what happens to our children, I mean, look at what happened to John Wayne Gacy. Look at what happened to Jeffrey Dahmer. Craziest man you ever think of. But those parents they felt embarrassed. They didn't know what to say because that man ate up people's eyeballs and livers and kidneys and drunk after. You know what I mean? That's a hard thing. So parents endure a lot. I mean, when Jesus went to the cross, Mary endured a whole lot. But the thing of it is that we have to be there for the good and the bad, and we still have to let them know right from wrong. But when they get to the age of accountability, that's no longer on us because you've done what you're supposed to do. Because the Bible says when you was a child, you thought as a child, you did childish things. But when I became adult, you put it away. But some have not met that level, although they're grown. You still gonna have to be there for them. When they get grown, all of mine is 18 to 37 years old. I still have to be there for them. Regardless what it is. I still have to be there. The father, the man that was talking about his son, I'm so sorry that happened to your son. I can't even fathom, but that's something because men that are truly good fathers, they love their sons.
Mm-hmm.
That's a part of them. It's a part of their identity. Our children are a part of our identity. But guess what? They choose their own character. That's a big difference. They may come from the mama and the daddy, but at the end of the day, they got their own character that they have to choose. No matter which side, they have to choose.
Okay. All right, 0120. Come on, caller. Came back to you. 0120.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, I came back to you. I promised I was coming back. Came back to you. Come on. What you got to say now? You heard? Go ahead.
Like the young woman was saying, when a kid gets a certain age, they come to a fork in the road where this is the good path, this is the bad path. And the kids and they have to choose their own path. We only can do so much as a parent.
But
we only can do so much. But if you ever want to know what your kid is doing, watch what their friends doing.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. As a parent, do you feel like if you take credit for their good, also do you take credit, or now do you take the blame for their bad? I need to know that.
Okay, let me tell you that that's a
answer.
Question, because let me tell you something. My mom had 8 kids. She was a cop 35 years before she was retired. And as of today, my youngest brother is 50. We have 4 on drugs and 4 is not on drugs. And to this day, she still takes the blame.
Okay, now listen.
And I told her, do not do that.
Hold on.
Do not do that.
Hold on, big brother. I'm not talking about moms. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about children. We're not talking about adults. We're talking about children now. They grown now. They choose to go. Okay. Right. That's what I'm talking about, brother. Children. Now, we always brag when our children are doing well. Good. We always, even myself. But the moment they do something bad, it's like, oh, he didn't get that from me. We don't want to take the blame for it. Why is that? Why we don't want to take the blame? Now, take a man. I'm not saying I got perfect.
You know what? Time is so fast. Time is so fast. We never sit down and talk to our children. We never make time to talk to them. Everybody is so busy as of today. Everybody's so.
But I'm asking you, brother, do you take the blame? Not the responsibility, the blame.
You know what? I can't take the blame. As much as I love your show, I can't take the blame.
Well, okay.
When they get a certain age,
I'm talking about children now. Don't squeeze your way on out of this now. Now I'm talking about children. Now, if you could take the credit for them doing good, why you can't take the blame for them when they're doing bad? That's all I'm asking. Now you're gonna take the good. You're gonna take the good that they do. We're talking about parents for our children. Children.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about no grown
Well,
ones
you know,
now.
social media have messed up our children.
Brother,
Social media have
I'm
messed them
talking,
up.
listen,
Serious.
I'm talking about you as a parent. I don't care nothing about social media right now. I'm talking about you, first person. Me, myself, and I, you.
Well, you know what? I have to take the blame.
That's
Yeah,
all I'm
I got
asking.
to take the blame.
That's all
We'll
I'm
keep it
asking.
short.
That's
I
all.
have to take the blame.
Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
Yes, I must take the blame.
I had to pin you down to get that out of you, man. I had to pin you down. You can't, I had to pin you down.
Man, you tough, man. You tough. You tough, man.
Hey,
you
you know what, brother? Listen,
You know?
I'm in a situation now like that too. So I promise you, I may not get on here and tell it, but I'm in a situation like that right now as we speak. Okay, I'm going to the next caller, 9508. 9508. 9508. 95.
What's going on, bro?
All right, well, I'm coming back to you now. I'm coming back as I promised. Now,
Yeah.
what's the deal?
Yeah, I understand what everybody's saying. We do as a parent, and not even as a parent, as a father. You know, the women can raise the girls, but it
Brother,
takes us men.
Don't get into this. Listen, hold on, brother. Hold on. I ain't finna let you go there. I'm talking about parents. Parents mean male or female. We ain't mud slinging tonight. Maybe later on in the subject. Right now, we ain't mud slinging.
No.
We talking about parents, regardless of male or female, parents. Because men are parents too. So I'm talking about you, not your woman, not no woman. I'm talking about you as a man. Do you take blame?
As a man, yes, I take blame on my kids. Any of my boys, they do something, or any of my kids do something, I take the full blame. And I think they should make a law that will pass that man, when these little kids out here doing something, the parents should be able to get sued behind that.
Yeah. Well,
because man, it's just reckless.
Well, let me just say this, brother. Let me just say this. The only reason I probably don't agree with that is because now, what if you're a good parent, right? And your son, one of your children, one of your sons go out there and shoot and kill somebody. Now, if we hold the mother responsible, then what about the other children that didn't do anything? They're gonna suffer. They're gonna suffer.
Yeah, but you know, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? These youngsters, they not thinking no more, man. They not thinking no more. You can get on CTA bus, you get on air, they use more profanities than the grown person. So and like one of the brothers say, when your child leave the house, you don't know what they doing.
I agree.
Truly, you don't.
I agree.
But at the end of the day, like I tell my boys and my daughter, when y'all leave out here, try to represent the family the best you know how. You know what I'm saying? It's trouble out here. And like I tell you, it's easy to get in trouble and it's hard to get up out of it. You know, these youngsters, they just so reckless out here. I'm from out 59, and I run into these youngsters every day. You want to fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why y'all so angry? What a love at?
Right.
What a sports at?
Right. Hold it right there, brother.
Hold it
right there, brother. Hold it right there. 2911. Come on, I'm coming back to you. 2911. Come on, caller. You're live, uncut, unedited. 2911. 2911. Caller 2911. All right, going once.
That's not me.
If it's not the last four digits of your telephone number, it's real that simple. 2941.
Yeah.
2941.
Okay, that's me.
Well, come on, sister.
You said 29.
Come on, sister.
I was paying attention.
I said, listen.
What's up?
No, I said 2941. All right, come on.
You said 2911 now.
Okay, come on, sister. I could make a mistake. All right, come on. We ain't gonna argue. Come on.
And you can make as many mistakes as you want to.
I know, I'm
God
human.
said you make as many mistakes and He'll still pick you up.
All right, come on.
Okay.
Come on,
Pick us
sister.
up. We trying to pick these kids up.
let's get back to this question
Well,
now.
we still talking.
We still talking about the same
Okay,
thing.
and I'm gonna go back. Okay, and I'm gonna go back to both. But I wanna touch on what that woman said when she was talking about the kids, and she said, I can't remember what she said, but I remember my response. My response is that in 2023.
Come on, baby, get to this question. You tapped
These
out.
kids see a whole different other brand.
Hold on. Stop
I'm
it.
going
Stop.
back to both.
Stop it, sister. Stop it. Let me stop you right here, because you tap dancing. You tiptoeing around the truth. We talk about parents. I ain't talking about the kids right now. I'm talking about kids. I'm talking about parents, adults. If we could take credit
That's right. Okay.
for the good they do, okay, why can't we take the blame for the bad that they do? Think about it.
Because these kids got other things that's allowing them to make the decisions that they making.
So
These kids is being persuaded in other ways.
Answer my
You can
question.
Tell your kids before they leave out the door, like I tell my kids
ma'am,
every day.
ma'am,
Tell your thinking cap.
ma'am,
Yes, sir.
answer the question. Do you, as a parent, take the blame for some of the things bad things that your children are doing? I ain't talking about grown folks. I'm asking you, not the children. I'm asking you. Do you?
Yes. Of course, you're supposed to take the blame.
No, I'm asking
some
you.
of the
Do you
things-
take the blame? Do you take the blame?
Yes, I will take, yes. Can I tell you, I have just taken the blame for my child today. Okay? Because my child told me today, I don't feel like I had to explain to you what senior night was for you to get off work. And I told her, I feel like you did. I needed to know it was a family night where families should be giving out roses and be there. Because if you was just cheering, I have to go to work. There's bills and everything that still have to be paid and made. Money still has to be made for me to make financial decisions for you to even make it to senior night properly. But because I couldn't make it to her senior night, guess what? I was crying, she was crying after I realized a senior night was a special place and a special event for her. So yes, I take the blame for not being there for my child because she's doing good, but at the same time, she has to realize as a child that
Okay.
you making me worry about bad shit to the point where I can't even worry about the good shit that you're doing because she's a teenager.
Ma'am, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I didn't see your child do nothing bad. She didn't do nothing bad. So you couldn't.
My child ain't do nothing bad.
But that's what I'm. But hold on.
I didn't say my child did anything bad.
I know, but I'm just saying. I'm looking. You was giving me an example, but that's not an example of what I'm talking about. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Well, I guess I don't have bad kids.
Well, you could not have them. I mean, it's okay. That's okay if you don't have no bad kids. But I'm just saying, if y'all see, we as parents, we like to acknowledge and take credit for the good that our children, and we should. But do we accept blame when they do things bad? And we don't want to accept that.
Let me say this, Mark. Yes, I do accept it because part of the reason why I got so distracted is because she was coming in at 1:00 in the morning the last 2 days. And I was telling her, why are you doing that when I have to get up in the morning and go to work? I was allowing her to go outside and make that decision. I want to go outside. I want to experience. I want to do this. I want to be with my friends. I'm taking the blame because I'm saying yes. And not understanding that this is a child. This child don't understand when I say yes, because my yes to her means yes. She gonna take it a mile and run with it. Okay? But my no means no. That's it. That's all, and ain't nothing else swallow. You understand what I'm saying? So yes, I take the blame for not making my child understand this is disrespectful. That is disrespectful. You have to break down to these kids when there's laws. If you got laws in your house, when your kids leave your house, people say that when they leave your house, they all cheeky. No, when they leave your house, they represent you as a parent. They represent your household. You as a parent, where you stand, what you taught, what you did that day, and how thick their brain is to get it through, because the mind is a terrible thing to waste. And until you get it into these kids, that's when they gonna understand. And that is what it is. I said what I said, man, because that's the truth. That is the honest to God truth. Look, you can work every day for these kids examples, but when they up against the head, and the head is the street, and the home is where the heart at, that's where they need to be. But how can you tell your kids that when they stuck in between other kids that's doing what the hell they want to do? It was to the point my child went after the phone for me, but send me a text. Oh, I'm not doing this. Oh, this ain't gonna happen like this, because when you leave this house, you represent me. You can't leave this house and tell me you can't answer my phone calls. That's what we gotta understand as a parent. Put your foot through these kids' necks so that they understand. Break all curses and rules that you feel like your kids ain't abiding by. You break the rules and you remake the rules, because that's what it is. That's what it is, Martin. And that's why you able to drive by so many scenes. So many scenes in Chicago. That's why you able to see so many scenes. That's why the beaches were so wild. Some of these so mad you on the damn beach every other day, Martin. About these kids. Because they mama's running wild, they running wild, but you got parents out here who not running wild, but you got parents out here who are running wild. We all trying to tame the same folk. But when they mix in spirit, they got that peer pressure on them. Oh, so which way I'm gonna go? Which way I'm gonna go? So am I doing the wrong thing as a parent by trying to steal my child, right? When they mix it in with the wrong crowd? Or am I going to continue to tell my child that's the wrong crowd? My mama used to always say, that's a hoe you're running with. You don't need to run with her. And I used to say that she ain't no hoe, mama. She just my friend. And my mama used to say, well, birds of a feather flock together. But that's what you only get.
Okay. Hold it right there.
You only got, motherfucker, you only got 4 fingers in one thumb. Which one you gonna be? You gonna be part of the 4 fingers, or you gonna be different like the one thumb? You make the decision as a child, but as a part of growth and development comes, the child gets to making the decision and realize everything mom said was right. Sometimes you gotta let them live and let God.
Okay, understood.
And that's it.
Understood.
Because we come across these kids who can't make a decision on their own, even if we tell them they right. They so stuck in between real life and fake life that they don't know which way to go. So we let go and let God.
Okay.
And that way, guess what?
All right,
God
sister.
let them go and let them make sense until he run back. But thank you, Martin.
All right.
I appreciate you, brother.
All right. 8346. We got a new caller. New caller. 8346. New caller on the live. Come on, new caller.
How you doing, Martin?
All right, good.
I'm a father of 3 boys.
Okay. Now let me ask. Hold on, before you get started. Let me get before you get started. I want to say this to you. I'm gonna let you talk. As parents, if we can take credit for our children doing good, why can't we take the blame, not the responsibility, the blame for them doing bad? Okay, you can say whatever you want. I just want to put that out there in the atmosphere. Go ahead.
I don't take the credit for my kids doing good.
Okay.
When they do good, I'm a proud parent. I'm a proud parent. that they're doing good, but I don't take the credit for it.
Okay.
And when if they do something bad, I'm a disappointed parent. I'm not gonna take the credit for that. No.
That's something different. Now you different. So you don't take no credit for. So you telling me if your son go out there and make straight A's in school, do well in school, play sports, and he just doing well, like a role model child, with any child that any parent would love to have, you wouldn't take no credit for that?
Right. I wouldn't take no credit for it. I'll be a proud parent, but I wouldn't take no credit.
What you proud about?
Them doing good.
That's credit. Yeah.
I'm not taking the credit for it. I'm proud about it. I'm not taking the credit for it.
Okay. So you don't take no blame either if they go out there and do something bad either, right?
I'm not taking the blame for them doing nothing bad because I didn't teach them that way.
Okay.
I'm not taking the blame for it.
Okay.
I'm a disappointed parent if they do something bad, but I'm not taking the blame for it.
Okay. Now this is what you call wordplay. This is what you're doing right now. Wordplay. Instead of credit, you saying proud. Instead of blame, you saying disappointment. Yeah. This is wordplay. This is what you call wordplay.
I mean, if that's what you want to call it.
No, that's what it is.
How I feel about it.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
That's not what it is. That's not what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
Feel about it.
Now ain't no feel. That's what it is. It's wordplay.
No, it's not.
Yeah. So I mean,
what you said? It is. You can't put words in my mouth or how I feel.
Okay. I'm asking the question. As a parent.
I answered the question.
In your own words.
3 boys.
Okay. What credit mean?
Yeah, that's
Can I ask you a question? No. Hold it now. Since you want to be smart, I'm gonna ask you a question. Now, what credit mean when I say credit? Huh?
When you say credit, when you say credit, take the responsibility for your kids' actions and all that.
No. I said credit, not responsibility.
That's what you're talking about.
Now, I didn't say, listen.
I mean, credit.
Hold on. Let's get it clear. Let's get it clear. Let's get it clear. Now, I didn't say responsibility. I just said credit. All right. Blame, like
you said credit.
Yeah. So I'm asking you, if a person take credit for something, what does that mean? I'm asking your own words.
They taking credit for it.
I mean, what do it mean?
That's how they.
Huh?
I can't explain to you what it means.
You can't explain to me?
For it. If my son doing good, and I say, wow, he doing good, I'm gonna take credit for him doing his work at school. I can't do that. The teacher at school.
Okay, sir, that's not what I'm asking. Sir, I'm asking you, what does credit mean in this sentence right here? That's what I'm asking. If we can take credit for, I'm asking what credit mean to you. That's what I'm asking.
I just explained to you what credit means to me. That if my son doing good, and I say, well, I did that. Well, he doing good because of me.
Okay.
That's taking credit for it.
Oh, okay. All right. Hold it right there. Next caller.
You're not doing good because of me.
Hold it right there, cuz. All right, hold it right there. I'm gonna go to the next caller. 4805. You're live. Come on,
how you doing today, Martin?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. I'm good. I'm glad to be living. Go ahead. Now you know what time. You know what we asking about, right?
Yeah. What?
Let me read it. Let me read it before you get started. Hold on. Before you get started, let me just read it out, okay? Parents, if we can take credit for our children doing good, why can't we take the blame, not the responsibility, just the blame for them doing bad?
Well, I do take the blame because whenever my son doing something, it's like I stare at him and I look back at myself. And that's when I know if he did it or not. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And the more you talk to them, the more they phase out of you. You know, they when you outside on the streets, when they outside on the streets, they objective is to go around what their parents want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And just cover you and cover themselves. You get lied to when they come in, and they know exactly what you want of them, but they don't bring it to you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You can beat them, and then you feel wrong afterwards, and then they still do the same thing. You talk to them, and you feel like that's a waste of time. You want to give up, and then they do worse. You do give them more, and then they go out there and show it off, and it's like it's no win when you got a bad seed sometimes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's the environment. Sometimes you can take them out the environment and they can make that worse. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just be rebellious, just dirty up the house, anything. So, I mean, it's just a full-time job. You know, sometimes I want to quit my job and just give up on myself when you put too much energy in these kids sometimes once they start going into the wrong direction.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, hold it right there, brother. I think I'm going to make a comment on you, but I'm going to get this other call in. 0747. 0747.
Hey, Martin, it's Kathy. How you doing?
Hey, Kathy, how are you? Good. That's my we treasure hunters. Go ahead, Kathy. Go ahead. Go ahead,
yeah.
Kathy.
Way back.
Yes.
But let me just say this. When I have one daughter, when she does well, yeah, I'm like the guy said, I'm a proud parent, and I will take the credit for that. But at the same time, when my child does something out of the ordinary or something that she shouldn't do, I'm not taking the blame for that, because as a parent, I spend a lot of time with my daughter, exposing her, to right environments, just spending time with her, telling her right from wrong. So when I've spent that kind of time and I've invested and, you've been taught and right from wrong, I'm not going to take the credit for you getting out there doing something. Now, if I'm a parent, I haven't raised you, then, that's a whole nother ordeal. But when I'm with you and, we have prayer in the morning, everything before she gets out of that car, go to school, and I'm doing everything that I need to do as a parent. So there's no need for her to get out here and act out. Although, when we're kids, we're not going to act the same around our parents as we do around our friends.
Correct.
So there's some things we're going to do, that our parents just don't agree with. We know we were not taught these things, but we still do them. So I'm not going to take the blame when I've taught you right from wrong, and well, you know better. So you just out there,
let me just say
go
this.
along with the crowd. Hopefully you won't even do that.
Let me say this, Miss Kathy. So you're going to separate the good and the bad. You're going to separate it. That you do that. You're going to praise on one hand, but when she get bad, you want nothing to do with that. Like, oh no, I ain't. Now you.
Well,
I mean, you
well,
can't.
no, I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to toss it to the side. So okay, I'm done with you or whatever.
Right.
I'm going to say, you messed up, and you were not taught. You were not taught that. So right from wrong. So you just wanted to get out there and do your own thing. But no, I'm not going to sit around and take the blame, because like I said, I've taught you better and you know better. So you just decided to, take matters into your own hand, go against everything that you've been taught. So no, I'm not going to take the blame for that. But I'm going to discipline her and talk to her and tell her where she went wrong. But no, when I've raised you properly, and these kids sometimes they just get out here and do what they want to. I know peer pressure. We had it too, and we weren't perfect kids either. But and there were things that I did, and I knew my parents wouldn't like, and I knew I was taught better. But sometimes I did what I wanted to do. And just like these kids, they're no different.
Let me give you a scenario. That's for not just you, for any parent out there. Now, as you know, our parents. I'm finna just go a little, just still on the subject, and we say sex. It could be male or female. And we tell our children not to be out there having unprotected sex. We don't want you having sex. And they go out there and get pregnant. Or if the young man, the boy, go out there and get a woman pregnant, it can go either way. Do we accept the blame on that, or is it on them? And we told them We told them, but they didn't listen. Do we accept the blame on that? I'm just asking a question.
No, I mean it's different if you didn't if you didn't tell your children about sex and and they're just out there doing whatever, raising themselves basically. But when you told your children, hey, this is what can happen if you have sex before you should. This is what happens if you have unprotected sex. These are the diseases, things you can catch if you're out there having sexuality assault. So when I've sat down, I've talked to you, and you still make up your mind to do what you want to do, that's not on me. That's on you. Now, as a parent, I've got to support you, but I don't like what you did. It's wrong. You've been taught better. So that's on you. That's a decision that you made. I have explained everything to you about sex, and you still decided. It's just like when we were younger, we're going to do things.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do things that our parents don't necessarily like. Like my parents don't curse. I curse, and I know good well I can't blame my parents. Some parents don't curse, and they told me I shouldn't do it, but I still, I don't do it like just cursing or whatever. But I've said words that I, probably shouldn't say. So that's not on my parents. That's on me. That's me. It has nothing to do with my parents. They taught me. They told me, Kathy, that's not what you should do. It's inappropriate. It's wrong, and I want you to do it. And then I get out there and I decide to do whatever. So no, I don't think the parents should take the blame for that when they've taught their kids, when they've raised them properly.
Okay.
When they get out there and decide to do whatever, peer pressure.
Let me say this, give kind of sort of like the same example you just gave. Now, those of us that ride the bus, I haven't been on a bus in about a year or so now. Now, you hear all types of conversations about our young teenagers. They cussing, they very disrespectful and all that. And the first thing we think as adults, like, man, did their mother teach them? Where's their mother? Why are they talking like that? As adults, that's what we think. I'm just natural instinct as an adult. We think like that. You sit on that bus and hear some of them young teenagers have a grown folks conversation about sex, about drinking, getting high, do all types of things that they should not be doing. And they be having a full conversation. And adult, we just sit right there and we just be listening with our head straight. We don't turn back and look at nothing. Now, and the first thing I come in my flash in my mind, okay.
Better not.
Oh no, I'm not at all. Not at all. But sometimes I have to tap them on the shoulder. Don't I said, listen, young ladies shouldn't be talking like that. What you do in the bedroom is private. It's not for everybody's business. But sometimes it gets to me. Sometimes I had to, tap and tell them, say, young lady, I know you don't know me, but talking like that is not cool at all. At all. And you talking about how you did oral sex and all that and just talk on the bus and did that. No, that's too much. That's too much. That's too much. That's too much. I'm talking about young people now. I ain't talking about adults. Young people. This is real. And these are our children now. These are our children riding the bus. These are our children that's out here snatching and grabbing, robbing. We're not talking about adults. We're talking about children. Do we take some of that blame? I'm not saying the responsibility of it. If they go out there and kill, they shouldn't come and lock us up because our sons or daughter did the killing or something. I'm not saying that. But do we take some blame, some of that blame? That's what I'm trying to get to. And I'm not talking about grown people, I'm talking about children. Go ahead, Kathy. Go ahead.
So you're trying to say, okay, so I just want to make sure I'm getting the question right. So if the kids are on the bus cursing or what have you, you're trying to say it's the parents' fault that they're talking like that they're carrying on in that manner?
I didn't say that. I said that the most time we think about their parents, what kind of parents they have when we hear them talking like that. I'm just, as an adult, that's what I'm saying. As an adult, you're like, man, I wonder what their parents like. Or do they parent? Where did they get that from? That's what we're saying in our minds as an adult. Yeah.
Right.
That's all. That's all. Well, do their parents know they talking like that? That's where adults think. When we hear children or we see them doing things that they ought not to be doing or participating, and it always reflects back to their parents in our minds. Just like the killing out here. The young boys, that's 11 and 12 and 13, 14, 15, going out there carjacking. The first thing people get on my page, where are their parents? And I'm saying the same thing. Where are their parents? What are you doing outside on public transportation, L train, 3 o'clock in the morning, and you 12 years old? That don't make sense.
You know, that's definitely on the parents.
Yeah.
That's definitely on the parents there. 'Cause, yeah, no 11, 12 year shouldn't even be out past 10 o'clock. But
Right.
11, 12. But like you say, that's bad lack of parenting. And oftentimes the parents aren't even raising those kids. It's the grandparents that are trying to raise them, and you know they're too old now to even try to keep up with those children.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's definitely a parental problem there. But you know, children's lives are formed by what they see and hear, oftentimes. So,
Okay.
oof, it's bad out here now. I just try to keep my child with me and raise her the best I can, and
That's all you can
after
do.
that, it's on her. But I just do. That's all I can do. That's all any parent can do.
Yeah, that's it. Let me.
But anyway, that's my comment.
Okay, cool. Thank you. You can hold on for a minute. I'm gonna get ready to close it out. I'm gonna go back to the top and let everybody get a couple of minutes
hold on.
remarks what they thought about what's going on today and what they didn't understand. So I'm going to call out 9508 9508, and I'm asking you, what's your thoughts of this discussion today that we had? 9508. Caller. All right. Well, I'll go on to the next one.
Hello. No, here I go, Martin. Here I go. I was just waiting so long. I had to mute it. Yeah, and it's kind of the latter, because I was thinking about if my daughter was to have a child by a guy that don't want to claim the baby. I was that guy before. You get what I'm saying? So would I take the blame as that on the decisions that she made, or if my son was in jail for a murder and I look at him and I was like, oh, and I'm telling him, if you get in a fight, pick up something and bust that motherfucker head. You know what I'm saying?
Language, brother. Watch your language.
I apologize.
Okay,
I
go ahead.
apologize.
I know you got it in the moment.
Talk.
Yeah.
That's how we talk.
I know.
Yeah.
Live, uncut, unedited.
So I mean, it's kind of hard and heartbreaking. You know what I'm saying? Because we always want them to take the better decisions, and we don't see our kids as us or the worst version as us. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they come 20 times to 100 times worse. And nowadays they're 100 times smarter. See, I was raised different. My father got kids that's old enough, and I got nephews and nieces that's close to my age. So he already was on my tail, so I was scared to do stuff. So I was grown. But my kids I had when I was 18, my first child, and then I got a younger child when I was, in my 30s. So, I kind of understand. And I would just listen to my daughter snap on the whole house, two up Thanksgiving. I couldn't even control her. I can't take the blame for that, can I?
How old is your daughter? How old is your daughter? 22. She grown. We talking about children. We talking about children. I'm not talking about adults.
I know, but
she grown.
Okay, and then I got a 17-year-old son. I test him and I sent him some money, and I said, "You ain't send an emoji or nothing. You ain't say thank you or nothing." Last time, then he asked for some more money. Then I told him, like, you don't be responding. It's hurting my feelings. You ain't talking to me. Call me. Don't test me for no money or nothing like that. Say, have I been working anything? He told me I was acting like a female. So to me, that was sounding like you calling me a B. You see what I'm saying? So me spoiling him, I took the blame for that, because it's like I should have been on his tail harder. Now I got to get on his 10 times harder. Now I got to threaten him. You see what I'm saying?
All right.
Man,
all right, hold it.
This is a good topic.
All right, hold it right there. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for commenting. I'm gonna go to this next caller. That's it for you today. I ain't going back down. 7956. Come on, 7956. Come on, caller.
I'm here, man. I'm here.
Okay,
right
brother.
here.
Go ahead, Nate.
Yes, I'm on the phone.
Go ahead, Nate.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nate. Everybody, y'all need to mute your phone. Go ahead, Nate.
I hear some talking in the background.
Don't worry about it. I just muted them out. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had to. I'm just gonna say this, that my mom used to always say that no matter how old you get, the child is never supposed to equal to the parent. And I'm still your mother. So that applies to my daughter. No matter how old she gets, I'm still her dad. So I have to be careful and be mindful of how I raise her, because how I raise my daughter is a reflection of me. So if I do my best to raise her right, then when she gets grown, she's going to probably make some mistakes, but I did my job. If I known that she got pregnant, yeah, I would take the blame for that, because maybe it's something that I wish that I could have told her, a conversation that I wish I could have had with her. I would take that blame if she went out there and had unprotected sex. But I know I wasn't having unprotected sex in my teenage years. You know, my mother would tell you, you better not be out there doing something you ain't got no business doing, because you know better. So we just have to be mindful of how we raise our children, because the children are a reflection of how we are going to be. Children are a reflection of us. So only thing we can do is just do our best to raise our kids to the best of our abilities.
Okay. All right,
and
brother.
be a positive role model.
Number one. Yes, sir. Thanks, bro. Thank you for calling in. 0120. 0120. Come on, caller. You live, uncut, unedited.
Yes.
Okay, your final thoughts.
Yes.
Your final
Yes.
thoughts of the day, and that'll be it.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead. Your
Yes.
final thoughts today. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. The conversation was good. The conversation was good, and it was a good conversation. But we know we have to take the blame for children, but not the responsibility. You know, and kids. The problem is this: kids having kids now. You know, that's the problem. And the grandparents are raising the kids. The kids are kids. And these kids now are 20, 21, 16 years old having kids. And they don't even know how to be a parent. So we got to take the blame, not the responsibility.
Okay.
We must take the blame.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I agree 100%. Thank you, bro. I'm going to go to this last call and see if they're back. 95.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. 9508. 9508. Come on, caller. If not, that'll be it. All right. Now, thank you, Kathy. Thank you, my brother. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. This is live uncut. I'm going to get my little twist on it at the end of the thing. Let me put this camera on me so I can put my little twist on it. All right, people. I'm going to say this. Let me just say that this is my little twist. I'm going to say this. Tell you what my father used to say. He said, children will make you laugh and they will make you cry. Our children can make us proud and they can make us sad. So my point is, just as much as we take the credit for raising them when they do good and do great in life, as coming up little teenagers, we need to take some of the blame when they do bad. I give you one example. Some of us know that we have 15-year-old daughters, which in Chicago, you legal, you can go out, stay out all night, you know, you're 15-year-old old enough to watch the rest of the children. But you know, when you leave your 15-year-old, 14-year-old daughter unattended, what can happen? Now, when your child wind up pregnant, now you trying to figure out in your mind, okay, when did she get time to, to do this, have sex and all that? But you was at the club. It could be man or woman now. So I don't want to just say I'm picking on the women, because you got some fathers out here, they're single parents as well. They're taking the load. And it could happen. It can happen. And sometimes parents, they blame themselves for the pregnancy of their children. If I had to pay a little bit more attention, if I had to talk to her, if I had to sit down and talk to her, if I had to not let her go in the room or him in the room and close the door with their girlfriend, I trust them. And things like this happen, people. When we allow our teenagers to go in the room with their little boyfriend or their girlfriend, vice versa, you know, they don't take but a few minutes. It don't take long. Those of us grown, we know it don't take long. It can happen like that. So these are the things that we have to be careful of when our sons and daughters, if we get a little inkling or a little vibe that they trying to go the wrong way, that means we need to tighten the rope up on them. That means we need to monitor their social media. We need to check their friends, who they're hanging out with. You know, if I may say, my friend on the phone, I think her daughter went to a party the other day and she didn't feel comfortable about it. She had a bad vibe. So she had to do what she had to do. And, you know, we don't want to keep our children locked up in the house and don't do nothing, having no fun. We understand that. But at the same time, I don't want my son or my daughter out there doing something that they didn't have any business doing or being influenced by others. Now, I always say this. You can raise your son and your daughter for 18 years. And all it takes is a demon in one day destroy everything that you put into your son and daughter for 18 years. They destroy it, they lose it like that. Boom. It can happen. And remember, I said a long time with those that follow me, anything that's left unprotected will be taken away. If you leave your children out there to the wolves, they're going to get ate up. And the snakes, they're going to get ate up. And the alligators and the crocodiles and the snakes. And if that's to the point where, hey, I know my own sister don't run a good household, so I'm not letting my children come over there, spend a night. Matter of fact, they can't even come over there without me being present. So we cannot send our children in the lion's den, in the shark pit, all these things. Please mute your phone, please. We can't do that, then expect a good result.
Yeah.
It's not going to, you got to mute your phone. Yeah. So my thing is, we should praise our children when they do right. We should take some credit, but we need to take the blame too when they get out of line. Your son, my son, your daughter, my daughter should not be cussing out no adult at all. Not at all. We cannot justify that behavior unless you allow them to cuss you out at home.
Good advice. Good advice.
You know, so that's it. Should no teenager should be standing up in a grown man's face or a grown woman's face, standing toe to toe to them like they're gonna whoop them or cuss them out. Should not be doing that. Now I'm saying we teach our children to defend themselves. Yes, they should do that. I don't have a problem with that. But I believe that the children should stay in a child's place. And one thing I learned about teenagers, when you beat them down, the first thing they're going to get to screaming, I'm a minor, I'm a minor. Now you're a minor, but you stood up in my face, talk like you like a man. Then you're going to whoop me. But when I put this on you, now you're a minor. But you wasn't no minor a few minutes ago when you were saying what you was going to do to me. So we have to be careful, people. And I hope I'm not giving out no wrong advice. I'm just talking. I got talking 2023 terms. We still in Black History Month. And these are the problems that we have to address. We have to be straight up and down. We can't dance around the truth. We got to face it straight on. Some of us got some bad seeds. And we know it. We know it. Some of us got some bad seeds in our family, and we got to deal with it. We want to give up. The brother said earlier, he just felt like quitting his job. He just felt like giving up. Glad he didn't give up. But listen, I'll say this, I'm getting ready to close. Our children are our best investment. Your husband can leave. Your children still gonna be there. Your friends can leave. Your children still gonna be your children regardless of whatever. We got to love on them. We got to train them, as Dr. Sanders said. Train up a child in the way he should go. When he get older, he should not depart from it. And kids, they're going to make mistakes. Children are going to make mistakes. They're going to do things that we don't like. It might even make us cry. It might even make us feel shame. It can happen, people, to any one of us. Any one of us. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I want to thank all my panelists came up today and stood with me. Thank all the people that wrote in the message box. I know this is a very, very touchy subject. People nowadays, they don't want you saying anything about their children. They don't want you to say nothing. They don't want to hear that. They got their ears closed. But when a child get gunned down, then they're going to say, why me, God? Why me? Because when the teacher tried to tell you that your son or your daughter is very disrespectful, won't do their homework, classroom clown, and you never addressed the matter. You never addressed it. You didn't take remember, the teacher is with your son and your daughter majority of the day. And somebody said earlier, when you're away from your sons and your daughters for over 8, 9, 10 hours, you don't know what they're doing. You don't know what their character is like when you're not around. We all are angels in our parents' eyes because they love us. They see us as precious, and we are precious. But the world don't see us as precious. Have you ever heard that saying said, loving eyes can't see no wrong? You know how when you just so in love with something, you just can't see no bad in them at all. At all. In a relationship or when it comes to our children. Don't be the parent that you can see my son shooting and robbing, but you can't see your son doing nothing when he's doing it. Don't be that type of parent or guardian. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is live, uncut, unedited. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Good night. You already know what it is.